The screen is visible, right? Does the screen okay? Fine, thank you for response. So in the last class, we have done with the transactions, right? Yes. So how to make transaction, how many type of transactions are there, and how to control the transaction, how to avoid the transactions. That is more important than how to apply the transaction directly, drag and drop. But there are some creative transactions, slide on and all things could be used often. And we got to know what is default transaction of video and audio. Control D, Control Shift D is the keyboard shortcut to make the audio and video transactions live on the screen. So let us see some more things like how to make animation and how to make video effects. Two things will be covering up: animation, video effects, video effects. So let us type down the topic. Video effects and animation, right? So let us switch to the a normal solid. How to make a normal solid in Premiere? Premiere is capable of taking video. That's nice, but we can able to create a simple solid layer also. So let us change the sequence setting and get it delete. Go to the file menu and ask for new color matte. What is the option? Color matte. It allows you to create a solid color on the screen. Solid color on screen. So whichever the color we want, we can able to put that as a busy. Where is that option? File, new, color matte. Any background color if you need, you can able to take it from here. Background color red, blue, green, yellow कुछ भी चाहिए टाइटल मानना है तो फिर यहाँ से रहना फोटोशॉप के ऊपर डिपेंड करने की जरूरत नहीं. So hope online we have understood how to make the color matte. What is the benefit of taking a color matte? At any time you wish like it is not what the color we are looking, just have a double click, you'll find the same window, change the color and you find the reaction over here. This is the fastness in color matte. So in the middle of your project, you can change the color. If it is done in Photoshop, again, you go back to the Photoshop and do the changes, bring it up here. It takes more time. Now it is within fraction of a second, you can change the color matte within a click. So hope we have understood now how to use the color matte. Is it okay? And where is the option? Inside the file menu. Now what is the topic? How to make an animation in Premiere. Animation is controlled inside the window as if like you are controlling the transactions in the window, that is called effect controller, right? This is the same place where the animation is controlled. Yesterday we have used this to control the transaction. Now today we are using this to control the animation. So click over here and find a window. So you can find it on screen. The effect controller is there. And inside the video controller effect, you can find some of the sub options. So let us take an example. Here you can have to make it to go down. So you can see it very clearly. 20%, 25%. Now if you need to get it moved, this is position. You can move it from one place to the other place. Inside the effect controller, you can find an option called motion. And beside the motion, you can find a transform box. Just have a click on the name. You can find the transform box. Click on the motion name, you find the motion box, and you can move it up anywhere you like. So hope we got to know how to select the solid layer or any clip. Any clip can be selected by the option called motion. Click on this name. Now, if you open this, then you can find a special button. These buttons are technically called a stopwatch. As if like in After Effects, find stopwatch. Here also we do find stopwatch. Switch on the stopwatch to start the animation. Then you can find a button over here. Then that button is technically called as key. So now we got two technical terms. Beside to the properties, you'll find a button that is called stopwatch. To get an animation, we need to switch on this. The time you switch on this, you'll find a button over here. And this button is technically called as key. So two technical terms we are using now. Stopwatch, key. To make an animation, we need to switch on this button that is called stopwatch. If you start off switching on this, then you can find a diamond-like shape that is called key. So key is responsible to make the animation, and stopwatch is responsible to start the animation and stop the animation. To start any animation or to stop animation, we can click on this button. Once we click on the stopwatch, that particular property will start up making the animation. Let us take an example. We want to make it move. Movement means position. Position means we do find two values. Left and right is represented by X. Up and down is represented by Y. So if you need to make the image to go to the left and right, then you can start off using this X value to change. Now at present, in this particular frame, this object is here. After a certain time, you can move the reader and to get it to change the value, job is done. And the object start up moving to the next destination. Hope we got to know how to make the animation. If you have done some changes and you are not wishing to go for that, there is a small button called reset. Click over there, again back to the original position. So hope you got to know, again reset button, it being to the normal. And here on live directly you can have to move, or else by changing the value also you can have to move. So hope we have understood now how to make a small animation in Premiere. What is the condition? Switch to the motion, go to the property, switch on the stopwatch, change the reader, change the value. Job is done, play. Object moves. Hope it is clear how to make a simple animation in Premiere. Is it okay? And once we have done with a solid, we can do it with a video clip also, and you can do it with a number of clips. But where is that animation happens? Inside the video effect. Where is video effect? Inside the Windows video effects, effect controller. So this effect controller is there in the Windows menu. Shift 5. So hope we have understood how to make animation. Once we have done the animation, what are the other things? Higher things can be done with the animation. Yes, the keys can be moved further, then the animation becomes slower. If the keys are closer, the animation becomes faster. So the distance between the keys will decide the speed of your animation. If the keys are closer, the animation is faster. If the keys are far away, the animation is slow down. So hope we got to know how to make the animation slow and fast. Is it okay? And if you don't need this animation, then you can able to close it off by switching off this stopwatch once more. Then animation will delete. Or else you can able to select the keys and get it delete, animation will delete. So now got to know two ways to delete the animation. What are those? Switch off the stopwatch and select the keys and delete. In both the way, the animation will get deleted. So hope we got to know now how to make animation. Related animation, got to know what are the things. Let us note down how to make animation, how to slow animation, how to fast animation, how to delete animation. Right? Slow motion, fast motion, delete motion, make motion. Is it okay? And two technical terms, stopwatch and keys. Slow, fast will be depending by the distance in between the keys. Keys are closer, then it is faster. Keys are far away, then it is slower. So deleting can be done by two ways. Switch off the stopwatch or select the keys and delete. Switch off the stopwatch. And the next, select keys and delete. Select key and right. So if it is done, then we'll move to the next higher options. Now, let us jump to the Photoshop. So we'll see now how to make Photoshop to come into Premiere and make an animation and get a logo animation, right? So very practical. Let us see it in a practical manner. Take a new file for the video editing. So already predefined sizes are there. Film and video. You can switch to the Indian television, multi one, right? How to start with Indian broadcasting animation in Photoshop. So go for OK. Job is done. switch to the OK button, switch to the layer, get it OK, and get this small circle, fill it up because it is on special layer, doesn't matter. So get the next layer, fill it up, and get the next layer, and switch to the option called Step tab, and get it OK. And take a new layer. And get it. So 3 things are there on your screen. You can start up making it align. Just select all the things in Photoshop. Yes, go for 1, 2 button click. So hope we have understood now how to make a logo animation within fraction of a second. And now it's the time to go for this 1, 2 down. So hold the control button and go to the reverse inverse and get it delete every time. So what is the requirement? Is that on your screen now? And it is on 3 layers, get it out. So the layer is transparent. We can move it to the software. Now, Control S, get the layers on the desktop, SBI. Now let's come into the project panel. Now it's the time to go for import, Control I. Hope we are understanding what is happening in the screen. Control I is to import or file import. Now the software will show you the destination and SPI logo. Right, you have done it in Photoshop. Now back to the Premiere. Because it is a project file, so it comes with a sequence format. How to bring, not like a layers, go for sequence. So if you switch to the sequence, then everything will come as it is we have done in Photoshop. All the layers with the original file. Job is done. Now inside the folder, everything is there. You can find a sequence where all the layers are there in the form of a track. Just have a double click, find the logo, make it fit to the screen by backslash. So backslash is a command which fit to the window. Now it is the time to go for animation. Does it okay? Just we got to know how to do it in Photoshop already, which you have already learned. And we got to know how to import, which is done in first class. Only we have done that much of things, but in a practical manner. So making, importing. Once it import, now we have just learned what is the option, animation. Select this, and we need this animation to be appear like this after a certain time. Then go to the destination frame first and switch to the option called motion. And here stopwatch. Get it on every layers because every individual layer is separate. So the final output we are doing first, then we are disturbing here. Are you getting what is the logic we have done? What is the final output that to be get locked first, then come to the first or in the middle, get them disturbed by selecting the motion and switch off here and there. Select this. Why you are doing what you are doing, that is to be get clear, that make a sense. Select this, switch to the option, get it out, and out. So go to the project panel, effect controller, select this and over. So Photoshop and so right. So in the frame, everybody comes here, but in the first frame, it should not be here. Then get it disturbed. Now check to the screen. Is it okay? How to make and how to make a logo animation with your present knowledge in Premiere. Is it clear? So simple process happen. Make the artwork in every layers, bring the layers and switch to the Premiere. Go to the effect controller and make the animation to get end at a particular frames and switch on this button and come to the first frame and do the disturbance, whatever you want. Is it clear? Making a logo animation is much more easier in Premiere now. Now, after the animation is done, then if you need the whole logo to be get scale up, check to the screen, hide concept now. Go to the project panel, drag this SBI logo, sequence, and drop inside a new sequence. And the job is done. It brings up all the layers into a single layer. So what we have done, bring the sequence into a new sequence. How to bring? Drag and drop it here. And this is what your next sequence where you find all the layers in a single layer. And hit the button called backslash and get it fit to the window. So what happens over here? Here all the layers are there with animation. And that will be in a single layer. Because it is in single layer, yes, after this, you can start off making it. Animate, select this layer, switch to the effect controller, start off into the software. Inside the motion, get it okay, switch to the option called scale and get the keys. So hope we can able to find the keys here, and this time this should be the same, and in the middle you want to do some changes, go to the middle frames, start scaling them, get it okay, get it down. So check to the screen now. What you have learned a new thing, how to make a sequence into a sequence. What is the thing you got to know? How to make a sequence into a sequence. And the question, why to make this? Unless your question is there, even you know, it is of no use. ఎందుకు చేయాలి అది? The answer is to make the animation to whole layers in a single time. If not, what will happen? Individual conte, then individual layers again animation cheyali, scaling. So if you convert into a single sequence, then once you're doing to the sequence, then it will be affecting to all. Is it okay? So 20 layers ki ఒకసారి స్కేలింగ్ కావాలంటే ఆ సీక్వెన్స్ కి మళ్ళీ ఒక సీక్వెన్స్ ని కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? సింగిల్ ట్రాక్ మీద వస్తుంది 10 ట్రాక్. Then we can scale it up at a time to 3 tracks together. ఓకేనా? మొత్తం లేయర్ ఒకసారి స్కేల్ అయింది, ఆ కోసం అది సింగిల్ లేయర్లో కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి. లేదంటే ఇది ఒకసారి స్కేలింగ్ కావాలా, అది ఒకసారి స్కేలింగ్ కావాలా, ఇది ఒకసారి స్కేలింగ్ కావాలా, 3 times వరకు ఒక టైంలో అయిపోతుంది. ఎందుకు ఇది చేయాలా? అది చేస్తే బెనిఫిట్ ఏంటి? ఏం ఎడిటర్. కానీ ఇది వచ్చిన టైంలో 3 इंडिविजुअल लेयर्स వస్తుంది, కానీ ఇక్కడ నుంచి సింగిల్ लेयर. समझ रहा है? ये जो एनिमेशन है ये यहाँ पे चल रहा है, और यहाँ से किसका एनिमेशन? तीनों का एनिमेशन ये जगह से चल रहा है. सो ये आपका सिंगल लेयर का एनिमेशन अंदर चल रहा है, और प्री कंपोजिशन एंड आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स. Is it okay? So now go to know Premiere is capable of making pre-composition. So hope we have understood now how to make the animation. Check to the screen. What you learn, what could be output, right? So within very less time, you can give this output. Right? Is it okay online? Understandable?
Yes, sir.
Right. So any questions of anyone? But output has to come up. Logo animation you got to know. Yes.
Anti-flicker filter and ఏంటి sir?
Anti-flickers we have not used, but anti-flicker is for the videos which is scanned. It's not a video, so you don't find more difference. If it is a scanned video, then anti-flicker will work out. Edge will be not proper. So at that time, you can increase that. So in this case, you don't find so, because it is coming very sharply, because the design is done by us. So for the timing, we have just touched only 2 options. Does the 2 options okay? ఈ 2 options అర్థమైందా?
Yes, sir.
The output okay? Now make
Okay, sir.
3 animations of 2-3 logos animations చేయండి, and bring the SBI name also here. How to bring that? Now the benefit of it we'll see now. If you need to change the color, no need to get any changes here. Switch to the option called SBI, and here select the layer and switch to the option called project or like edit, and go for the option called Control E. Check to the screen. Again, professional output. Control E. Immediately it will open inside the original software and get the changes, whichever the color you want. Get it okay. Switch to this on and fill it up. So hope we have understood. And Control S, get it update. This is the strength of Illustrator. Yes, this is what it will save your time. Everything on live, it is recording and it is happening. Get it used. So this is the benefit of learning Adobe Premiere. सब में change हो जाता. So on live, on Illustrator, Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects, 5 software on live lo మనం work చేయొచ్చు. This is the strength of Adobe. Why Adobe rule in the market? This is what. In other software, it doesn't have that package. So hope we can see now everything I've done in live, from the designing to the animation, then pre-composing, then animation once more. Now, what we do, that does matter. What we have learned, that is okay. Now, everything is on your screen. Is it clear? Now, animation, speed, slow, all the things we have got to know. So let us see some more options in the animations. Scaling, rotation, as if the name, the work is so. Here you can find opacity also to get it blink. So if you need the opacity to get change at the end, so after getting scaling up, then after you want to make it blink. So switch to the opacity and switch on this button. It create a keys. And after the animation of scaling is finished, then we can start up making this to get down, transparent. And here you can start up Control C, Control V. So you can make it copy paste. You can make it copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. So what you can see now, it is now flickering. Even the opacity can be changed. So what you have seen now, it is not only editing software, it is also animating software, but condition apply how you are controlling the keys. So you can scale it, you can move it, you can opacity, you can blink it, you can do all the things. 3 actions on your screen is done. What are the actions? Movement, scaling, opacity. So what are the things we have got to know? Movement, scaling, opacity. In animation, we have done 3 things. Position, rotation, opacity. Right? Now the next, if you need to make the animation to get reverse, yes, you can do the reverse also. So if you need these keys to go from up to down or down to up, we can move the keys and get the animation reverse. So before it is there in the center, now slowly it is going down. So hope you got to know what? How to reverse the animation. How to reverse the animation. How to forward the animation. How to speed the animation. How to slow down the animation. Reverse, okay. What is the reverse condition? Get the first key to the second and second key to the first. Then the animation becomes reverse. The keys are exchanged. Is it clear? So position, rotation, opacity, and reverse animation. Right? So let us do some more. And if you don't need this, then get these keys too. So hope the first, how to arrange the animation. Now we'll be learning how to arrange the animation. First, this one has to come up, then the circle, then the line. Then there are 2 ways to do this. Now everything is happening in the same place. But after this, the next has to come up, then move your layers, move your layers. Job is done now. Through the editing skill, we can settle one, then the next will come up, and then the next. Is it okay? So what you have seen now, how to make the animation to get place one after the other. Make one to come, then the next to come up, then the next. So this is allowed. Finish. So what you have understood now, how to arrange the animation. Next one point, arrange the animation. Arrangement of the animation can be done in 2 ways. Either move the clip movement, or key movement, or key move. So there are 2 methods to make the animation to get arranged one after the other. So we have done with clips, or else you can have to move it up with the keys. So let us see the example if this animation has to be done one after the other. So here you have seen now this the animation which is happening. After this animation, the next has to start up. So let us see this case. You are selecting this animation finish, and this animation has to start after this point. And you can go to this and ask to this after this animation finish, this animation has to start up. Does it clear what you have done? How to rearrange the keys. First, second, third. Clear now? So here again the next level arrangement happen. Reverse animation, arrangement animation, rotational, opacity, and position. Blink animation, Okay. So regarding the output, blink animation, reverse, forward, opacity. This is again extra things you got to know. Opacity create the blink. And blink animation can be done in two ways, either by changing the opacity or by removing the clip. It can be done in two ways. Blink can be done in two ways. What are those? By opacity or by delete the keys, delete the clip itself. Delete the clip. So everything will be turned into black. So blink animation ela cheyochu, arrangement ela cheyochu, reversing ela cheyochu, position how to do, and left to right, right to left, opacity, blinking, rotation. So hope we got to know now how to create the animation. Is it okay? Will I move to the next? So what is stopwatch? What is key? How to make fast, slow, reverse, all the things on a screen. And the next big thing we have learned how to connect Photoshop to Premiere. What are the things you got to know? Photoshop, connect to Premiere. Right. So in one software you'll be doing the design, in the other software you'll be making it to get animated. So it is more important to get them connect on live. It save your time and the presentation go to the next level. And we have seen now the next thing is pre-compose. So inside the pre-composition, all the layers, all the tracks turn into a single track by dragging this sequence inside a new sequence. So it converts all the layers into a single layer. Hope this option also clear. Now, switching to the next higher options, how to make the animation to a video. So on a screen, you can find sometimes 100 of videos are there. That is possible in Premiere also. So let us start making a new sequence here. And all the clips, we want to make it separate and get it placed on the top left light. So nothing to get worried, just Control K, out. So sound doesn't matter now, you can off the sound. Let us see the clips, how we can how to make it smaller. And how to make it small, select the clips, go to the option. Here, effect controller, select motion. Get down the size by the option called scaling and go for like 10% or 20%. And get it moved to the left side of corner. Control. Here you can find the tracks, could be multiple tracks. So these frames you want sometimes, the other frame you want sometimes. Right. And get a duplicate and put it on the top. So get this scaling to 25% so that you can fit exactly number of 4. So select this on the top. Your subject is finished. Now we are just doing the artistical work. Subject at the iPad, art. So get this onto the top by holding the Alt button. Get it drag and select this. Switch to the option. Motion it. Get it move up. And it is the time to change the information inside it. How to change the information? What is the tool we can use to change the information inside a clip? Question over. What is the tool now? Inside the clip, the information to be get changed, then it is called slip tool, and slip and slide we have understood, right? What does happen with the slip tool? So I have a double click and you can find the whole clip inside it. Start switching the slip and get it move up. So this slide it is. We'll go to the slip tool and slip the information. So hope we got to know now how to change the video inside the clip. Is it okay? And make the video to get placed here 4, again 4 system video can be placed and get a multi-task information on the screen. Is it okay? Animation and split screen technique. What you have learned? How to make animation and how to work with multi-tracking and get them placed beside to each other. So it is not like 2, you can go for 20, 30 also. It depends upon your RAM support and all, but it is allowed. Is it done? Now coming to here, multi-screening, animations, Photoshop related to Premiere, split screening, debate on like television you will be finding 4 persons are debating on a topic. One will be sitting in one corner of the country, the other person will be sitting in the other corner, and they fuse them together, sometimes in offline, sometimes in online. So if it is offline, then yes, this could be a nice option. Is it okay now? So multi layers or multi-track options also here understood. Here 2 concept. Here multi-track are there, but it is there in a single track because it is pre-composition. Once you have done the pre-composition, then give a right click and switch to the option called level and multi-camera. Can you able to see? If multi-layers are there on the clip, you'll be finding an option called multi-camera. If a single layer is there, you don't find sometimes multi-camera options. Can you able to see what is the option? Multi-camera is not enabled if the clip is single. If your clip contains multiple like file inside it, then on the right click, you can find the option called multi-camera. Switch to the option called enable. Right? Once you switch this enable, then you can find only one track will be visible at a time. Though 3 tracks are there, it is showing only one track. And here you can able to switch to any track you want to show by giving a right click, switch to the multi-camera, track number 2 or track number 3 you want to see. This is possible. So if you convert a number of layers into a single layer and a single clip, then you'll find a special option called multi-camera on. Then inside this, you can find all the tracks separately, 1, 2, or 3. Whatever the tracks are here, that will be visible. Whichever the tracks you want, you can have to get it so. If you don't want that, then give a right click and switch to the option called multi-camera, enable off, then everything comes to the screen. So what you got to know now? How to convert a multi-layered clip to show all the clips or to show all the tracks, or you need to show a single track. This is possible. What is to be done? Give a right click on your clip, switch to the option called multi-camera, get it enabled, and then after you'll find it will show you in the next click how many clips are there, what are those. Right now. So that's it up. So I'm not making a more strain. At a stage, we have learned how to make animation, how to make logo animation, how to connect Photoshop with the Premiere, how to make multi-camera option to get on if you are making a pre-composition. In the next session, we'll be seeing how does the multi-camera shots are taken and how you need to bring it up and how to sync it up. Is it okay? So that's it for the day, because at a stretch I spoke of all the things, and still like for like 5-6 minutes are there. If any question is there, you can get it clear. Online, is it okay? The topic is very clear.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు చెప్పింది ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చెప్పరా సార్?
Yes. So animation ela cheyala, right? As a summary format. There are 2 topics we have covered: how to make animation and how to make multi-camera on. Multi-camera on. So first part, animation key. Select the clip, go to the window, switch to the effect control, switch on the stopwatch, and find a keys, go to the next frame and move it up. Select this motion and move it up. This is how we can how to make animation. Is it okay? First part? The part Ardhamaina?
Yes, sir.
Now the second part, what is called multi-camera and how to enable it. Multi-camera options will get enabled whenever your 3 tracks are there. ఈ 3 tracks unta sequence ki oka single sequence lo convert cheste, then 3 tracks will look like a single track. Can you able to see here? If you are dragging this and dropping in a sequence new item, then it will create a sequence which will show you single track. Ilaga single track vastayi. Is it okay? How to do? Drag and drop here. If you drop, then a new sequence will form up. there all 3 layers will turn into a single layer. If you turn into single layer, give a right click and switch to the option called multi-camera enable. Then whichever the camera output you want to show, you can have to tell to the software by the same right click, first camera kaadu, second camera. Ilaga, you can ask which clip to be shown inside this particular clip. So this is what we have learned inside this multi-camera. But condition apply, it should contain multi-track in a single clip. Hotkey అది ఉంటుంది. అది నేను చెప్పలేదు. ఓన్లీ మల్టీ కెమెరా ఇలా ఆన్ చేయాలా, మల్టీ కెమెరా ఎట్లా చేంజ్ చేయాలి. అది వితౌట్ ప్రీ కంపోజిషన్ ఫస్ట్ మల్టీ కెమెరా ఆప్షన్ లేదు. యు గాట్ మై పాయింట్. వితౌట్ ప్రీ కంపోజిషన్ మల్టీ కెమెరా ఆప్షన్ అవసరం లేదు. సో అవన్నీ ఆన్ చేయాలా 1 2 3 ఇవన్నీ కాన్సెప్ట్ అవసరం లేదు. మల్టీ కెమెరా ఆన్ ఉంటే మాత్రమే దట్ విల్ స్టార్ట్ అప్ యాక్టివిటీ. Is it okay now? Is it okay online?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
So what is the task of the day? Make a logo in Photoshop and bring to our Premiere, get it animate. Task of the day. Make a bounding box, bring to Photoshop Premiere and set it in a separate track. On the back side, you can make a video, and the upper track, you can make a outline. So let us take an example how to bring a track with a bounding box. So let us take an example over here. Switch on this and get a new layer and get it out. And once Control A, Alt S, switch to the stroke 15% inside. Get the stroke ready. Job is done. Control S, save it off onto the desktop. Bounding box. And come to the Premiere and switch to the option Control I and bounding box will be found in this, and bring it up here and switch to this option, either sequence or a single layer, doesn't matter. Go for OK. Job is done. Drag and drop over here. You can find this on the top. Hope you got to know now how to make bounding box to this video. Does it okay? Switch off this multi-track options and get it. So the animation also. अभी वीडियोस का पीछे ही प्ले हो रहा है. Double click. So this is what your video. Drag and drop over here. Switch to the options. Get it okay. Job is done. And get this clip. Fit to this window. Because that size and this size is not matching. But here it is possible. So if you drag and drop over here, this trailer, and bring this bounding box and get fit to the window. Right click, scale to frame.
Sir, అది బాక్స్ ఉంది కదా సార్.
బాక్స్ ఇలా
కాదు సార్. ఆ బాక్స్ అంటే ఒక పాయింట్ నుంచి అది అలాగా రౌండ్ గా అలాగా రావాలంటే ఎలా సార్? అంటే మళ్ళీ ఫోటోషాప్ అని మళ్ళీ వేరేగా తయారు చేయాలా సార్? దీంట్లో అవుతుందా సార్ అలాగా?
అంటే ఒక బాక్స్ ఇష్టం ఉంటే బాక్స్ కావాలంటే ఫోటోషాప్ లో తయారు చేయాలి. లేదు ఓన్లీ నార్మల్ బాక్స్ అంటే యూ కెన్ యూజ్ దిస్ ఆప్షన్.
కాదు సార్, అంటే ఒక పాయింట్ నుంచి అది అలా పెద్దదవుతూ అలా బాక్స్ అవ్వాలంటే
అదే దెన్ స్కేలింగ్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ యువర్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్. గో టు ది స్కేల్ అండ్ స్విచ్ డౌన్ టు 0 and slowly you can have to increase it up to get it up. Is it okay? This animation can be done. So framing can be done, scaling could be done, animation could be done. It depends. So hope we have understood now what are the things could be done with this present class. You can make the logo animation, you can make bounding box, you can make motion graphics. These all things can be done. You can make the title to come up. Okay sir. कुछ भी आप फोटोशॉप में बना के लेके आ सकते हो. यहाँ पे भी अभी आपको बताया गया कि so take this, switch to the option what sequence file new and make solid. Get it okay. And instead of taking the size height full, go for like 20-30. Finish. Get this red color. I'm taking red color. Go for okay. And bring to this drag and drop. job is done. Find this on your screen and get it onto the top by the option called effect control. Select this, switch to the option Y. Wherever you want, get it placed there and get it scale up if you need, or else have a double click, change the color, or get uniform scaling is there. You can get it off and make the height to get changed. Job is done. Get one side ready, and the next same thing. We can alt and drag, switch over here and change the position to the top side on the same way. So a lot of things can be done with the same knowledge, right? And if you feel like it is not the color, just have a double click and find the window, get it changed, job is over. So hope you got to know what can be done with the present knowledge. It could be black color, it could be red color, it could be any colors, and right. So Photoshop or Premiere, anything could be used of. That's it for the day. We'll meet up in the next session again with the higher options. Right. So I'm stopping the scan. 16 is 9. 16 is 9. Yes. Yes.